That's good.
Bro, suggest me a good beginner camera.
Can we go for Canon or Nikon?
Canon 1500D or Nikon D3500? Which can I buy?
Yes, that is one big question I get asked often, both on Instagram or Facebook, whatever the social media is. This question, whether we should go for Nikon 3500D or the Canon 1500D, both has their days. So that's the question I get often from many of my followers, subscribers, or friends, whatever it is. So when you're moving from smartphone to a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, you have these confusions in mind. Basically, under the range of 30,000 rupees, you have these two cameras which perform better in the market, which are the Nikon 3500D and the Canon 1500D. So in this video, we are going to compare both of these two cameras and get to a conclusion which to buy. So both these two cameras have more or less similar specifications, but we are going to discuss and come to a conclusion which to buy. So let's start the video, and before that, if you are new to the channel, I am Karyo from India. We talk photography, filmmaking, editing and many other social media stuffs that help creators like us. So yes guys, without wasting any time, let's get into the video. Hey buddies, so now let's discuss about these two cameras. They have quite few things in common, which is like they have the same 3-inch display, which is not articulating screen. That is, it's a fixed screen on the camera. You cannot just tilt it like a vlogging camera or something. And also these two screens are not touch screens. You have to just use the buttons to operate. And moving on to the sensor, both these cameras have similar APS-C sensors, with Nikon having 24.2 megapixel sensor and Canon having 24.1 megapixel sensor. So basically both these cameras are smaller in size and weigh less. While the Nikon 3500D weigh less more than the Canon 1500D, it is 4015 grams, while the Canon is 4075 grams. As a beginner, the next main thing anyone of you would consider is the battery performance. So here also Nikon just takes the point, as it can get up to 1400 to 1500 shots at full charge, while the Canon just confirms it maximum can take up to 500 shots at full charge. So in these 2 points of the battery backup and the weight of the camera, Nikon just performs well. Now let's move into the photography and videography aspects on which you can select a camera. Basically guys, you need to select the camera based on your use. You cannot just blindly follow someone like he's having this camera, so it must be good. He's having this camera, he's taking good images, so this camera must be good. It's nothing like that. It's all behind the one who is using the camera. So moving on to the photography aspects, as I said earlier, these two cameras have similar APS-C sensor, that is 24.2 for Nikon and 24.1 for Canon. So both these cameras have the same kind of sensors. And moving on to the ISO range of these two cameras, as a beginners you will expect a good amount of performance on these cameras at low light conditions. In low light conditions, the Nikon camera is going to perform better because it has an ISO range of 100 to 25,600, while in Canon 1500D the ISO range is going to vary from 100 to 6,400, expandable up to 12,800. So comparatively, at low light conditions, the Nikon camera is going to perform better for photography. So this is going to make the Nikon camera work far better at low light conditions. So while you're buying a DSLR, you would expect your camera to perform better at night where you have less amount of light. In this case, Nikon is going to perform better. Moving on to the second point, which is the focus points. So comparatively, these two cameras have more or less the same number of focus points, yet Nikon is having 11 autofocus points while Canon is having only 9 autofocus points. So it's not a big deal, while Nikon stays a little bit high in even this too. Moving on to the next point in the photography aspect, which is continuous shooting. So if you're more focused towards photography, you may expect this thing from your DSLR camera, that how much shots it can take in 1 second. Fast shots. So if you're going to take an image of a flying bird or a moving animal or a moving vehicle, you will expect your camera to perform fast to capture all those short movements, right? And this is measured in FPS, frames per second. What is the maximum number of shots the camera is able to take in a second? So if you compare this aspect, Nikon is gonna take about 5 FPS shots, that is 5 photos in a second, if you keep your shutter over 250. So don't just keep your shutter at 1 second or 2 seconds and just come and ask me like it's not taking 5 photos in a second. Simple logic, right? So yes, don't come and ask that. If you keep your shutter over 1/250th of a second, this Nikon camera is gonna help you get 5 photos in a second. So if you're gonna shoot a flying bird or a moving vehicle, Nikon is gonna perform better, as the Canon could give only up to 3 FPS. You may say like it's just 2 more, but even that 2 FPS will matter you when you're just taking moving images. So comparatively, according to the photography aspects, Nikon is performing better than the Canon. So if you are someone who is looking or comparing these two cameras, the Nikon 3500D and the Canon 1500D, on photography aspect, you are more focused towards photography and not worried about the videography, then you can go with the Nikon 3500D. Now let's move to the videography aspects. So guys, if you are going to make videography for any wedding or something, then beginner cameras are not going to help you a lot. Beginner cameras are good for making YouTube videos like this. Beginner cameras are going to help you if you want to just take some random family videos or just short videos or maybe even YouTube videos. So its main purpose is going to be making small videos where you don't need much quality being considered. So if you see, both these cameras can shoot up to 1080p recording at 60 frames per second. In Canon, it will be displayed as maximum of 50 frames per second because it's in PAL format. If you move to NTSC format, you will have the 60 frames per second in Canon 1500D as well. So both these cameras can shoot 1080p recording at 60 frames per second. So what is 60 frames per second? I hope you have an idea. If not, you can just check my photography playlist where you can just know about all these things. Or even I'll just put up a link for the basics of videography. Just check out and you can learn all the basics there. So this 60 FPS is going to help you to get some slow motions in your videos. So that's a small kind of intro about 60 FPS. So comparatively, both these cameras have 1080p recording at 60 frames per second. So both these cameras stay equal in this point. Moving on to the next point. So being a beginner, if you're buying these cameras for video aspects, most probably 75% of you will be buying to make your YouTube videos. And yes, this quarantine has made every 5 of 10 people to start a YouTube channel. And yes, you may probably require a good quality video for your YouTube channel. And if you consider this, there you have a main point where you have to record the audio. So when you want to record the audio for your videos, Nikon camera is gonna give you a tough job, because in the Nikon camera you cannot connect your external mic like the one I am just having here. This is an external mic which I have connected to my camera. It's a wired mic. You can see the wire. So you cannot connect this kind of external mic to your Nikon 3500D. While in the Canon camera you have an option, but it's not like you cannot directly connect the 3.5mm jack. It has a 2.5mm jack and you have to just have a converter to just convert that 2.5 to 3.5 and you can just connect your mic. So in this way you can just connect your mic to your Canon 1500D, which is not possible with the Nikon 3500D. So this point gives a big huge thing to the Canon side, where Nikon is staying very low in this aspect. Even if you are making short videos, you may require the audio, right? The internal mic in these both cameras are not going to perform good. They are going to just record all the noises as well, the background noises as well. So if you are going to connect an external mic, Canon is your choice. And also watching some of the reviews of the Nikon, I could see that Nikon is having a bit of fast focus hunt and it's not performing well while focusing objects, and that point also makes Canon to stay high in videography aspects. So bringing to a conclusion, I would say that if you're going to buy these two cameras, you are just confused whether to buy Nikon and Canon, For videography aspects, then you must go with the Canon 1500D. So I hope this brings us to a conclusion, like if you're more focused towards photography, then you can go with the Nikon 3500D. Or if you want to make YouTube videos or small videos where you also require good amount of audio in your videos, then I would suggest you to go with Canon 1500D. So apart from this, moving on to the lenses that are available for these two cameras. Actually, Nikon and Canon, both these cameras was selling 50mm lenses, 50mm prime lenses for around 8,000 rupees. While suddenly a few months back, I just saw like Nikon's lenses are quite high in price. It was about 12,000k. Maybe I'll just check now and confirm. Wait a second. See, I said right. Actually, both these lenses were around 8,000, while suddenly the Nikon lens has come to about 13,000 rupees. I don't know if it's visible. I'll just give a link in the description or even on the screen. You can just check its price has increased to 13,000 rupees. So this is one lens I would suggest anyone to buy when you are buying a DSLR. So 50mm prime lens is a good lens that anyone must buy. While the Canon lenses are only 8,000 rupees, still the same. I'll just check that too. Yes guys, in Amazon it was 12,999 from different sellers, while in Flipkart it's 8,500. So yes guys, Canon 50mm lens just cost around 8,500 rupees, while the Nikon 50mm just costs around 13,000 rupees. So just consider the lenses before buying these two cameras. So if you are fine with the kit lenses, then you can decide as I said earlier, or if you are more considerate towards the lenses also, maybe you must consider it as a point. And basically, like the Nikon body with the kit lens is gonna cost a little bit higher than the Canon body with the same kit lens. So price is flickering here and there, so decide as per your requirement. So as I said earlier, for photography, Nikon 3500D, and for video making, you can go with Canon 1500D. So with that said, we are just coming to the end of the video guys. I hope this video was helpful for many of you and just brought you to a conclusion whether to buy Nikon 3500D or Canon 1500D. I'm just saying it many times, I know that. Sorry for that. So yes guys, thanks for watching this video till now, and yes, if you're new to the channel, do hit that subscribe button. That would be phenomenal and will be a great support for us. And click on the bell icon to get regularly notified whenever I make a video. If you want a clear review of Canon 1500D, just check out this card as well. And that's it guys, we'll meet you in another video. Until then, it's your Carrier signing off. 51 is a bliss guys. See, it's just focusing like anything. I'll just go back, we'll just focus along with me. It's taking some time, but it's good. Not bad, right? Cheapest and best. I like to take this kind of Casey Neistat kind of video guys. He has only his face on the frame, like yeah, this would be the frame for most of his videos, right? And one more thing is missing. I just had this nearby. I know it's weird and awkward. Casey's frame. This is Casey's frame. Video over. Bye bye.